My name is William Harrop, Bill Harrop. I'm a retired Foreign Service officer who had a career of 39 years in the Foreign Service and was ambassador to 5 countries, as well as Inspector General of the State Department and Foreign Service during that time. I was later chairman of the American Foreign Service Association. While I was ambassador to Guinea in between 1975 and 1977, I took advantage of a program that was then operating, and it was really quite a good idea at the time, through AID's good offices. Every ambassador, every American ambassador, had access to $25,000, which he could use as he thought best for American interests and for goodwill and for obtaining our political objectives in his country. I'm kind of puzzled how to use this. Guinea was a country that was really in terrible poverty. It should not have been. As a French colony, it was one of the most prosperous. It has excellent rainfall, excellent arable land, a good climate. Unfortunately, however, the president, Sékou Touré, was the great African socialist. His was the only country among the dozen or so of the French colonies in Africa who refused to join the French Union and retain their links to France after their independence. And in 1958, he took Guinea into independence of its own, and the country then really went downhill fast. The poor people were just impoverished. The collective farming was not successful. There was hunger, and there was it was a very sad country during the time we were there, and for many years before and after that, as a matter of fact. I had the $25,000 and wondered, now what can I do? African boys, little children and big children around in the villages and the towns would play about on football fields or just on fields, kicking balloons or bags or rags that they tied up as footballs, but they had no footballs. And I said to myself, why don't we give these people some good soccer balls? And so I bought $25,000 worth of American soccer balls. Each one had the famous USAID hand clasp, the clasped hands on it as a gift from the American people. And then we handed these out over the whole country. I think President Sékou Touré was a little embarrassed because they were so popular and that he'd not been able to provide footballs for his people. But it was a huge hit. And I don't know how many hundred balls I was able to provide to them, but it was very much appreciated, although there was a lot of criticism and carping back in Washington that this was not a serious American development effort. However, I think that was wrong. I think it was one of my best ideas in the Foreign Service to let the young youth of Guinea kind of relate their love of soccer to the United States of America.